That is not the acceptable, Mr. Tyagi. We're charging twice the effective interest rate for our poorest of the poorer customers only because they can only afford a pre-fully device. That is not data science, that is data discrimination.
With respect to Mr. Gupta, the algorithm is performing exactly as it was designed. It defines a strong, statistically sound correlation. Older device model correlates with a less reliable digital footprints. With this turn correlation with a higher risk profile, the model is objectively efficient. We cannot compromise our risk model because of feel-good optics.
Optics is an understatement, Mr. Tyagi.
Yes.
Our quarterly revenue in Nairobi is down 18%. The local press is calling us predator spark. Mr. Manish, you have seen the projections. If we don't fix the PR, we miss the valuation target for our Series E. This is a shareholder crisis.
My fiduciary duty is to our investors. I need to know immediately if this fix. Fix means we have to rewrite the core IP of the company. That's a 6-month delay and potential $4 million hit to our market cap. Can we just tweak the output?
Tweaking the output is unethical and legally risky, Mr. Raj. It masks the fundamental bias. Our mission statement isn't just a suggestion, it's the reason we exist, to give credit to the environment. Right now, we are actively excluding the financially weak for the sake of optimizing our profits. We are failing our core stakeholders, our customers.
If we change the model of artificially lower the risk of all devices, we increase our defeat rate that compromises the entire financial stability of the product. The new algorithm will generate a 12% default rate in rural region that is unsustainable.
Gentlemen, enough. Mr. Tyagi, our model is compliant with the non-discrimination law, but we are operating under Canadian data protection, which are interpreted far more strictly on systematic bias. And Mr. Gupta, you are correct. We risk an investigation by the Central Bank of Kenya and a massive class action suit for predatory pricing. The legal risk is several.
Sorry, Pallavi, I apologize for being late. I was just speaking to one of our primary investors, and the message is clear. We have to solve this now. This is not a financial or technological crisis. This is an ethical dilemma at the intersection of technology and our values. So tell me, what is the problem that we are looking at?
Sir, we have two options, both for the risk. Option A is to ignore the bias and continue optimizing for profit and risk massive legal and reputational damage. Option B is to fundamentally re-engineer the algorithm to remove the bias, but this guarantees a significant financial setback and delay our global expansion.
Thank you. We have a moral obligation to the billion, depend on us, and financial obligation to our investors. To cut through the noises, we need to apply formal decisions, rules. We will analyze the crisis using the 3 different ethical frameworks. Bhojraj, let's start with utilitarianism. The framework demands the action that produces the greatest good for the greatest number of people, of our stakeholders. In the long run, what action creates the most overall positive outcome?
So, the utility argument favors opacity, maintaining the current efficient model. If we compromise the algorithm and suffer a 12% default rate, CrediSpark becomes unsustainable. That means poor people lose their jobs, and millions of users worldwide lose access to our platform. The greatest long-term and good for the global activities ensuring our profitability and survival, allowing us to eventually serve all markets, even if we must temporarily exclude a smaller, higher risk European Kenya. Our survival is the highest utility.
This is the definition of dirty hands utilitarianism, sacrificing the well-being of a marginalized group for the financial convenience of the powerful. The current harm being inflicted, forcing people into poverty or denying them credit entirely, is a massive disability. Furthermore, the loss of trust in our mission will damage our reputation long term, which ultimately leads to a greater instability than a temporary financial issue.
Gupta is right. We need a duty check. Pallavi, applied deontology, this framework pioneered by Kant, asked us to define the universal maxim, the rule we would be setting by taking action. What is the moral duty here?
Sir, under a strict deontological view, we have a duty of fairness and non-discrimination. If we processed with the current model, the maximum we have establishing is we will prioritize profit by treating vulnerable cross-cultural customers as mere instrument of our wealth. Even if our technology is demonstrable biased, this violates the core deontological principle that we must treat humanity always as an end and never merely as a means. Our duty is to fix the bias regardless of the financial outcomes. Option B, re-engineering the model, is the only path that honors our duty to fair practice.
But my duty is to integrate the data. I have a professional duty to ensure the model is technically sound. If I re-engineer the model of artificially lower the risk weighting, I am committing what could be considered fraud on the data. I have a professional duty to objectivity, and that duty is also a maximum.
Let's move beyond rules and outcomes and look at the character. Manish, you are the representative of the board. Based on the virtue ethics, which actions best suits the type of the company that CrediSpark strives to be? What virtue trait should guide us and our decision?
The virtues we need are prudence and stewardship. Prudence means making conscious, long-term decisions that protect our resources. And stewardship means responsibly managing the company's assets for the shareholders. The virtues part is not endless altruism. It's protecting the company so it can do more good later. Option A, with a public commitment to review, shows prudence and due diligence.
Respectively, the core virtues of a social impact FinTech are integrity and compassion. A virtuous company does not wait for the loss to happen to do the right thing. If we know the algorithm is biased and actively choose to ignore it for 6 months, we are acting with duplicity, not integrity. The character of CrediSpark, the whole reason people trust us, is built on compassion for the unbanked. Option B is the only decision that demonstrates the virtue of integrity we claim to possess.
The options are clear. The utilitarian argument pushes us toward financial survival, and the deontological and virtue argument pushes us toward immediate, costly correction. The options are clear. We have fundamental conflict between utility of global good and the duty of fairness in a single critical market. Option A, continuing the running efficient model, risking catastrophic reputational collapse and legal fines, reward immediately, profitability and maintaining valuation. Option B, re-engineering the model, risk $5 million expense, 6 month delay, miss Series B valuation, reward, restore trust, fulfill our mission and establish a foundation for truly ethical sustainable growth. Bhojraj, what is the absolute minimum capital we need to maintain a 6 month delay?
Actually, we can burn an extra $5 million, but it means a significant layoff in non-essential liquidity. And we take the Series B at a lower valuation. It hurts, but it's survival.
I cannot support a negative overvaluation. My recommendation as a representative of investors, it is simple. Non-public override. To manually approve this franchise loan public application for a month while we look for a cheaper fix.
This is a financial fraud and operational opacity, Manish. The regulator will see that as an admission of guilt. We cannot deceive our stakeholders.
The override is off the table. CrediSpark's integrity is non-negotiable. My decision is option B. We are pausing all non-essential developmental projects globally, including the Ghana launch. We are immediately allocating the $5 million to the CTO's team to execute full model of re-engineering.
Understood, Mr. Tripathi. We start today.
Good. Here is the action plan and final reflection. Stakeholders communication. Immediately release a public statement. We are not apologizing for the bias, but stating we are pausing all new leadings in the Kenya market to perform a full system audit and to ensure our commitment to the financial institution is met. We will communicate the plan to our key NGO partners first. Repayment plan, Bhojraj, immediately freeze all the interest on the loans for all the unaffected rural users and set up fund to refund the unfairly high interest rates that they have already paid, the cost of fairness. Legal litigation, Pallavi, prepare documentation for the Capital Central Bank of the Kenya. We are being proactive. We are solving the problem ourselves before they are forced to intervene. Now, for the reflection, CrediSpark was found to fix systematic problem, not to create one. The most sophisticated technology in the world is worthless if it lacks a moral compass. Mr. Tyagi, your model was efficient, but it was ethically blind. We must learn to integrate cross-cultural awareness into our data sets from day one. Our duty, our deontological imperative is to treat every user as an end, not as a means. If we lose some profit in a short term, but solidify our reputation as the only ethical lender in the space, we guarantee greater, more sustainable utility for everyone in the longer run. This is a long-term play. Let's get to work.